How we going, guys? Another video. And so anyway, long story short, I go, oh, long story long really, but basically my company's Nave's Low Cost Yard Maintenance, and our motto is the long grass specialist. The reason that came about, how I became the long grass specialist, is because when I first advertised that I would mow a yard or whatever, I was looking for the people that, you know, maybe they were too old or have a disability or whatever, physically aren't capable of mowing their own yard. The main driver for me committing to the business was my nan lives in Sydney, and the amount that she pays to my cousin to mow her yard blew my mind, because I was, you know, doing the neighbour's yard for $25 and my cousin's charging my nan $70, which turns out is quite a fair price for our area. A yard like hers is probably a $100 yard. So I thought, geez, this is much better than working in the automotive industry. I'm gonna make something of this. And so I started out. I only had 3 pieces of equipment: the Rover Colt 8, which is a 28-inch 8 horsepower Rover Ride-On. I think it was a 3-speed manual, and then Victor, really old, like 80s or early 90s model Victor. I think it was like a 85 or something like that. But it was a VC 500. Back in the day, it was like the mower that a guy like us would have used, I assume, or people that were, you know, are constantly battling long grass or whatever. It was the mower that they used. It's a 160cc 2-stroke. I think the normal ones are only like 120 or something like that, 140. This is a little bit more powerful. I think it worked out to be like 5 horsepower or something, but I had that I picked up off the side of the road, and I fixed it up and got it going. And I had a Troy-Bilt 4-stroke whippersnapper that I actually bought like $100 or something, but it was a bent shaft and it had the bumper feed head on it, but the head didn't work properly, so you used to have to wind the string out manually. An attachment for I had changed to the straight shaft whippersnippers. The whippersnapper used to give me trouble with the head, so eventually I got over that and I started using the Pro Feed heads that just take a single 43 centimeters of string, or I think it's like 18 inches of string for Americans. I had a few different blowers because they were all unreliable. Originally, my blower would be that hard to start that I would sweep the driveway off or whatever at a job, but I had a McCulloch handheld blower. It was really hard to start and unreliable, and probably wasn't even, you know, a quarter of the power of the one that I use today. I reckon even probably bloody it was like 1/10 of the power of the one that I use these days, but I paid like $20 or $30 for it, so I didn't expect much out of that. There was like really thick clumps of grass that my whippersnapper didn't have the power to cut through, nor I was only using like 2mm home grade string, so I didn't really have the chopping power that I needed. So there was like heaps of grass that I had to cut with a cane knife or machete sort of device. Prior to doing this, the only sort of like agricultural experience that I had was working on a cane farm, and this was really similar to bloody working on a cane farm. But yeah, I just, you know, utilised what I had. Heaps of monos with my little push mower to hack the grass down so that the ride-on could go over it. Yeah, it's quite difficult, but I committed to what I said I'd do and got it done, and still to this day I service that yard. I'll show you a little clip of what it looks like.